Hello, and welcome to the first video of our new high school general chemistry series. In this series, we are going to teach you everything you are expected to know in an average high school chemistry course through weekly videos. So without further ado, let's jump into today's lesson on matter and its properties. So what is chemistry? Chemistry is the study of energy and matter. It is the fundamental science that connects all other sciences together, from the principles of nature and physics to the growth of life in biology. In essence, we can think of chemistry as baking and matter as our ingredients. The idea of chemistry is to take our basic ingredients, mix them together in unique combinations, add some heat or energy, and create a product. Now you might be asking yourself, what is the ingredients of chemistry? What are the fundamental building blocks that make up everything else? And we can go back to our baking analogy and see that if we break bread down into dough, and dough into flour, and sugar, and salt, and so forth, and if we continue to break down that bread into the smallest of pieces at the microscopic level, we arrive at what we call atoms. There are 118 different types of atoms that we know of, and we call them elements. These different types of atoms have different masses associated with them, different sizes associated with them, and such. So in chemistry, we take different combinations of these atoms or particular elements and create unique things. So we said earlier that chemistry is the study of energy and matter. And since matter's fundamental building block is the atom, we can say that chemistry is actually the study of energy and the interaction of atoms. Now, in any discussion of chemistry and matter, there are two fundamental terms to describe the different properties of our matter. These are physical and chemical. If we change a physical property, we call it a physical change. And if we change a chemical property, we call it a chemical change. So let's talk about these properties. A physical property is simply something about the physical nature of the matter. This could be the shape, the color, the size, and so forth. Most commonly in chemistry, the big one that you will encounter is the phase of matter, or sometimes called state of matter. And the three main phases of matter you will encounter are solids, liquids, and gases. We will discuss each of these phases throughout the series in greater detail. On the other hand, you have chemical properties. Chemical properties don't deal with the physical changes of matter, but the behavioral changes of matter. A good example of chemical properties and change would be a chemical reaction like combustion. When you burn something, you are actually combining it with the oxygen in the air around you to create new chemicals that you didn't start with. So you are changing the chemical identity of the matter. Another good example of a chemical change is rust. When iron is oxidized or exposed to oxygen, whether through water or air, the iron will undergo what is called a reduction-oxidation reaction and lose some of its electrons, turning it into rust. The loss of electrons, or oxidation in this case, is the chemical change. One example that typically confuses students is salt dissolving in water. When salt dissolves in water, you think that the salt disperses and is combined with the water, leading to a chemical change. But what you will soon learn in this series is that the identity of the salt and the identity of the water are not changing at all. Only their phase of matter changes, their linkage. And so the dissolving of salt in water is actually a physical change. That concludes our lesson for today on chemistry and matter. Next week, we'll be breaking down the periodic table. If you like these videos and find them helpful, please click the like button down below and subscribe to receive notifications when the next lesson is released.